The USDA method for canning beans is not adding dry beans to jars and covering with boiling water and then canning, but you can can beans safely without turning them into mush. Here's how. I follow safe canning recipes, and this week we're canning chickpeas. Dried beans are a lot cheaper at the grocery store than canned, so I like to stock up when they're on sale and pressure can a big batch at one time. I started by soaking 4 pounds of chickpeas in a stock pot overnight for exactly 12 hours. I drain the water out and then cover again with fresh water and bring to a boil for 30 minutes, set a timer, and don't go over. My jars were sanitized in the dishwasher. Pints are the best sizes for us for beans, so for each pint I filled about 2/3 of the way with beans and then the rest with the cooking liquid to 1-inch headspace, and I added half a teaspoon of salt to each jar. I used my silicone spatula to debubble the jar, I used a towel with vinegar to wipe off the rim, and I added my lids and rings to fingertip tight, and then I added 16 jars double stacked to my pressure canner and sealed it up. Once I got my steady flow of steam, I set my 10-minute timer, and then after 10 minutes I added my 10 pounds of weight and started the clock for 75 minutes. After the time was up, I shut off my burner completely, let it get down to 0 pressure, took off the weight, waited another couple minutes, and then opened it up. I am still minorly afraid of opening pressure canners, and I triple checked the gauge, but I've never had issues. I pulled out all the jars and listened to them seal. After 12 hours, I'll check any seal buttons, and I did have one this time that did not seal, which I determined was due to a dent on the lid that I didn't notice before. And then after another 12 hours, I begin my seal checks. The vacuum seal should be strong enough that the lid won't budge under slight pressure, and then you can hold the jar just by the lid. And then my jars get labeled. Follow along as we can one thing a week to build up my can tree.